She's backing into her spot. She's pretty good at that. It's almost like she knows what she's doing. I think she just crashed. Hey guys, well, we've officially made it to our 5th stop of this 6-month camping adventure that Christy and I have started. We started at April 21st. Today is May 5th, I believe, and we are officially at stop number 5. We are at the new, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's the Newport News City Park and Campground, and it's in Newport News, Virginia. And this place here feels more like a state park to me than Santee State Park felt like to us in South Carolina last week, or week before, or whenever that was. But we're here in Newport News for a purpose. We have some family here. We're here to visit them, so this could be the only video that we make while we're at this park. We're here for 7 days. This is our longest stay yet. Well, we left Rock Ridge Campground yesterday in North Carolina about, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning. And we got here around 2 o'clock, and we had another fun-filled travel day, which is starting to become the norm. You guys ever stopped at a gas station toting a humongous trailer just to find out that when you get there, all the diesel pumps are covered with bags and they're having problems with their pumps? Well, that happened to us yesterday. Fortunately for us, we were able to turn around, get back on the interstate, made it about 100 miles to a Love's. Well, Love's is one of those truck stops that also caters to campers. I think they like us. I think they're trying to keep it secret, but I think they like us. But anyway, they make things very easy for us as novice travelers to go in, fill up, and leave. Makes it very simple. Another plus about Love's is that they're on our Open Roads discount plan. So every time that we go to Love's and we fill up with diesel, we save a bunch of money. Now, if you're not familiar with Open Roads, I'll put a link in the description. If you're interested, you just click on the link, it'll take you straight to their website. We're not affiliated with them unless they want us to be, then we can talk. However, they really do offer a lot of good discounts for people that drive diesel pickup trucks that tote campers. Anyway, let's get back to the Newport News City Park and Campground. We had a pretty rough time yesterday finding a campsite that was suitable for our camper. Whenever we first got here, they put us in a site that was off side to side, about 8 inches. And anybody that totes a camper knows that making 8 inches up side to side is pretty much impossible. However, the office gave us a list of open sites and we settled on this one. And I'm telling you what, I think this is the best site that we could have picked. You guys want to see my new tripod? Watch this. What do y'all think of that? That's the GoPro up there on that stick that's connected to this backpack. Yep, more on this backpack later, or maybe before. I may have already done the review on this. I have no idea where I'm at with these videos right now. But how cool is that? There's a big lake over there. Well, the amenities that they offer here at the park for campers, they offer water and they offer electricity, just in case you're interested in hearing that. As of now, we're alone in this entire loop that we're at, Loop A. Now, we do have a lady in a Class C that's right down, maybe 2 or 3 campsites down from us, but right now, at this very moment, she's not here. So what better time to make a video, right? Now, I'm pretty sure that the campground is gonna get a lot busier as the weekend comes up, but right now, we're gonna enjoy our alone time in this loop until all those tent campers show up. Sorry, Randy Morgan. All right, guys, well, even with all the stuff that this campground has to offer, I know that you are here primarily for the drone stuff. So let's get on with the purpose of today's video. Did I mention that we went to Chick-fil-A? Oh yeah, that's another story altogether. I do have one more thing to mention about this campground. This campground is situated between like I-64 and another state road and a railroad track that's really, really close. So needless to say, this isn't a very quiet campground. It's pretty loud. However, there's one more thing. We're also situated in some controlled airspace. This is the, what is it called? The Newport News Williamsburg International Airport is less than 5 miles, I think, in that direction. I gotta make sure of that before I start to fly the drone, but I'm pretty sure it's in that direction. Well, fortunately, our Class C just showed back up. She waved at me. There she is. You see? There she is. Yep, she waved at me. Well, fortunately, like I said, we're within the 400-foot limit in this controlled airspace here at the airport. We're right on the outskirts of their circle. So even though we have to get LAANC clearance to fly here, it's gonna be just like another day at the office, hopefully. Now, I don't really plan on flying any higher than these treetops anyway, because I don't think that I could get the drone back home from where I'm gonna launch here. So we're gonna do a test that's close to the ground, so we're gonna fly low and maybe slow, but maybe we're gonna fly fast. She's backing into her spot. pretty good at that. It's almost like she knows what she's doing. I think she just crashed. Guys, I think she just ran into that electric panel. That really sucks. Yep, it's in pieces. I was just giving her credit on how good she was backing up too. Well, with all this excitement, I've built up an appetite. So I'm gonna go inside and eat lunch, and then I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna do this test. We were inside eating lunch and there was a ranger that showed up over there, but he just kind of stopped and talked to her for a second and then drove away. So whatever happened over there must not have been too awful bad. I went in and asked Christy if she heard the noise. She said, yeah, did that lady back into something? I said, yeah. She said, oh, she's a professional just like you. Thanks, wife. So getting back to our little test idea here, I got a comment from somebody. Actually, let me first, before my phone dies, let me open up Air Data. And we're gonna get LAANC approval to fly here before we take off. Holy cow, look at these conditions. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. It's 18 miles an hour gusts at 40 feet, which it is pretty windy today. Not at this very moment, but here it comes. See how much the trees are moving up top? We're not going up that far today. We're gonna stay down in this area here. We're gonna play it smart today. Okay, so I need to get LAANC approval here. So let me go over to airspace and it's gonna load up. LAANC is available, click here. What type of LAANC? Commercial. We'll go for 60 minutes. We'll only ask for 200 feet. Well, it says there is no choice. What does that say? There we go. Today, done. Max height, 300 feet. Why is it not letting me go? Duration, done. Why am I not able to do this here? Not available. What does that mean? All right, we're gonna go to a different option here. We're gonna go over to a loft. And we're gonna try to get LAANC clearance. I hear a plane above us. We may not be able to get clearance here. I may have to go somewhere else. We're gonna go to a loft. There, right there. Why can't I touch the button? There. We're gonna go to a loft and we're gonna get LAANC clearance to fly here. All right, let me try this again. I'm gonna go to LAANC. I'm gonna go commercial. I'm gonna zoom in here and make this area a lot smaller. Can I even make it smaller? Yeah. Because I just want to stay, you got to hold that tab down to get it to move. Because I just want to stay, like I said, within this area here. I don't think that, I think that the reason that it was giving me a problem was because it was going into that restricted area there. Let me drag and drag. I'm having problems grabbing a hold of these little things here. Okay, so I'm going to ask for 200 feet and hit next. I'm going to scroll down and hit next because I got it for 2 hours. Class D airspace, eligible for auto approval, next. And agree and submit. So I just have to stay within this little section here. I can stay within the park because the whole park is in the 400-foot section. So as long as I stay within the park, I'm good. But it had my limits all the way out past into that restricted area. Okay, so it starts in 1 minute. So I have a minute to get things set up and ready to go. So now I can get Dwight ready to go. Oh, I got to tell you what the test is. Duh. Let me go back to our pictures because I took a picture of a comment that I got. So I got a comment from Richie Rich, CV64, a couple of months ago. He says, what gets me? I haven't flown my Mini 4 Pro in the past 6 months due to weather conditions in South Georgia coastline. I just upgraded my drone and controller DJI software last week. Previous, it seems like I could have gotten closer to different objects, right, left, front, and back under the previous software version. I also noticed that after all upgrades, the front-end collision system of the DJI Mini 4 Pro would automatically back my drone up on its own. The lady in the Class C is leaving. She just took off. Oh, no, she's here. That was somebody else. Never mind. Back to the thing. He asks if anyone else has noticed this issue or is it due to any flyaway or damage insurance policy with DJI. So I've experienced something similar to that, and my reply to him was, I haven't noticed that being an issue, but now that you mention it, I remember something similar happening to me with the Mini 4 Pro just the other day. This was, again, a couple months ago. I was trying to hand land Dwight, but I was standing too close to the truck, and the sensor saw it, so the drone moved away from my hand as it was lowering. I don't have it on film because I was just flying for fun. Yeah, I do that from time to time. I fly for fun. but I couldn't get Dwight to land in my hand because I was too close to the truck. When he come down, he was coming down like this, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he went this way, and he just kind of stopped because I guess he found some interference, and he was in the landing mode. So he was in a what do they call that, a controlled land or whatever they call that, that when Martha's lowering him down, he was in that process. So it was an automated flight pattern. I don't even know what it's called, but he was automatic landing. I was holding my hand out and he wouldn't do it. So that's what we're going to test today. We're going to see if these sensors let him get as close to the trees and things that we were able to before, or if that's changed, because I haven't really done much with him lately with obstacle avoidance. Most of the tests that we've done have had to do with flying high and away from obstacles and being safe. Well, today we're going to fly in this area here around all these trees. We're going to see if he can get close to these objects, and if he can, great. If he can't, I don't know what to say because I don't think there's a solution for that. But we're also going to do a test in Nifty Mode. I've never tried Nifty Mode out. I've heard that you got to be really careful with it, so it sounds like it's right up my alley. All right, guys, well, let me get this controller started. We'll get Dwight started. Since we got LAANC approval and our time has come, we'll make sure that we get everything up and going, and then we'll play out here for a couple of hours. I don't think it's going to take a couple hours, but we'll see. All right, screen recording is up. It's taking a little while to gather satellites. We've only got 4 right now. It was at 6, now it's at 4. So we may have trouble catching satellites in a area close to an airport. I'm not sure if that's a thing or not. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check air data on the satellites. I forgot to check and see what the satellites are 19, so we should be okay. And we're up to 7. 6, 7. Dwight, you see those people spying on you over my shoulder? I also want to show you guys that this is a metal table that we've got Dwight sitting on. So again, maybe not the smartest decision. Okay, we're up to 12 satellites, 11. It's going up and down. 13, 12. Okay, home point's been updated, I agree. Confirm. Aircraft in warning zone, fly with caution. I never like seeing those warnings. We got 13 satellites. We don't have a very good signal here. The signal was moderately weak or strong or whatever. Now it's moderately strong. So we're getting better signal as the time goes on. Moderately strong, positional signal satellites, able to update home point. I think we're good to go. As soon as we get off this table, I think he'll straighten up. Maybe we should launch him from the ground. What fun is that? Okay, so going over to the 3 dots is where I need to go to find Nifty Mode, and right there it is. It's under the safety tab. It's the second line down. So that's where I need to go there in order to swap Dwight into Nifty Mode. I think it's time to lift Dwight up in the air and fly him straight to a tree and see what he does. So let me get him started. We'll get him raised up just a few feet. Now we've proven, I think the other day we proved that we don't necessarily need, I hit okay again. We don't necessarily need to get him the 23 feet in order to maintain his home point. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that, well, we probably aren't even going to use that issue or that return to home thing today. Hi, Dwight. Let's get turned back around here. And let's walk over here, or let's fly over here to this tree and see which direction he's going to go whenever he figures out that there's an obstacle. So we're just going slow. And it looks like he's really getting close to that tree now. Now the limbs, he's already pushing his way to around to the side there. I'm just pushing the stick straight forward. He's doing a good job of avoiding the obstacles, but he's not very close. So he does have a really wide berth around these trees, which is a good thing. Let's see if he can even go between these trees or if he's gonna crash. No, he's making it. Let me walk up here to him so I can keep my eyes on him, because now he's hiding behind a tree. All right, so now I'm gonna just fly backwards. I wanna see if he can avoid the trees coming back this way. And I'm just pulling a stick again straight back. I'll show you in the GoPro here in a second. I'm just pulling the stick straight back, and he avoided all those trees, and now he's heading straight for the camper, which you guys can't see because he's pointed the other way. Okay, so there's the camper. There's us. And here's the tree that he was at. It does to me look like he is further away than he used to be. He used to be able to get closer than that. Let me pull the gimbal down. Now let's do this. Let's go over to Nifty Mode. Again, you got to be very careful apparently when doing this, because there's even a prompt that comes up on the screen that says, when controlling aircraft via control sticks in Nifty, bypassing is enabled. Aircraft avoids obstacles with more, what does that say, subtle altitude change, and flies more smoothly, but it's increased collision risk. Use with caution. Okay. All right, let's go forward here. Oh, I got to get on the screen here. Let's just go forward. And again, this is my very first flight in Nifty mode. I'm going to see how he does. Hopefully he can see those little branches. He is getting closer than he was before. Why is he jerking like that? Whoa. Yeah, buddy, he is a lot closer than he was. And he's faster too. Yikes. So let me just continue to go forward here. I got to walk over towards him again so I can see him. And yeah, he's doing fine. But he's really getting close to those branches. The obstacle avoidance, or the red lines and everything, are the obstacle detectors, they're going crazy. So let me fly backwards here. See how close. I'm gonna go a little bit to the left. Whoa. I'm gonna go a little bit to the right actually. I'm just gonna fly backwards and see how wide of a berth he puts around that tree that's directly behind him. There is a tree directly behind him. That looks about the same as it did, honestly, with the other flight to me. Well, maybe not. He might be a little bit closer. All right, well, let's do this. Let's go over here to the right. There's a big tree right here. Right there. Let me raise him up just a hair. I'm gonna get him out of Nifty mode, go to normal mode. Let me go get the GoPro. We'll get it set up here and we'll see if we can see if we can watch him go around this tree on the GoPro. All right, Dwight, well, there's your tree and here's the camera. So go over that way. I'm just gonna fly him straight forward here. We're gonna see if we can catch him on the GoPro going around this tree. I'm going really, really slow because I wanna make sure that he doesn't just fly straight into it. I think he's probably gonna go to the left. And sure enough, he does. He did a good job there. Now he's flying directly to the other tree. And he's going around it too. Okay, so let's fly straight backwards. And we'll get in front of the GoPro here. Let me lower down just a little bit. Yep, he's missing that tree. I mean, it's barely even registering on the scan there. But there he is in front of the GoPro. Looks perfect. I'm gonna just fly straight towards the tree from the GoPro. So let me get lined up here. Fly straight towards this tree so you guys can see from my perspective. Well, let me get let me get lined up a little better here. Have I mentioned I'm a horrible drone pilot? Okay, here we go. We're gonna go straight, well, that's up. I'm gonna go straight forward. He's already moving to the side. He doesn't like that tree being there. So that's how far away he is. He's at least 3 feet away from that tree. So let's pull back and line back up here. I think he's probably detecting the GoPro or the selfie stick thing. Let me go over here to Nifty mode. I'm gonna hit OK because we already know what that says. Go back to the screen and just fly straight forward and see how. I want him to go to the same side that, whoops, wrong way. I want him to go to the same side that he went before, so I'm gonna aim this direction just a little bit more. So I'm gonna fly straight forward. I'm going straight forward with the sticks. He's already doing that wide berth. Looks like it's a little bit closer, right? Now he's going just as far away as he was before. So I don't think there's much of a difference with Nifty mode as there is in regular mode. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. All right, so what I want to do now is I just want to kind of lower him down. I just want to fly in Nifty mode around these trees and see how fun that is. Something just crashed really loud. I think it was a dumpster. We're just going to fly around these trees here. This is going to remind you of Gary Sumner with one of his return to home videos that he did, or several of them that he did out in California. He lives in the middle of a rainforest, and I'm telling you what, that guy can do some crazy stuff with his drone. He goes to some really tight spots and tight places to fly. All right, so I'm flying him around. There's a picnic table right there. Let's see if he can avoid the picnic table. Yep, he avoided the picnic table. Now he's coming straight back to us. And we're gonna go over this electric box. That's an electric box right there. And he flew right over top of that with no problem. There's some trees coming up. Is he gonna make it around these trees? Don't hit the trees, Dwight. All right, so he stopped himself. Oh, now he's going around them. I'm just barely pushing that forward stick. And now he's coming straight towards us. Well, he's coming straight towards the camper. And I think there's some trees there that are right there, or some bushes. So now he's gonna just fly straight back over to us. So that was a pretty easy flight on Nifty Mode. I didn't feel unsafe at all. I think he did a pretty good job. As always, Dwight, I'm proud of you. Okay, let me hit record and do one more little flight here. See if we can, whoa, look out. There he goes. He's going around that tree. See if we can get some neat footage here for the B-roll. Because this is a pretty cool place to fly in Nifty Mode, because there's a bunch of obstacles around here. Look how fast he's going. I don't think he's going to hit anything either. Let me turn to the right. I'm going to help him out as much as oh, he missed that. I'm going to help him out as much as I can. All right, so let me turn back around this way. I get nervous if you guys haven't noticed. So I'm going to just fly him straight back towards the home point and see how he does on his own. I'm not going to hit the left or right stick at all. I'm just going to go straight forward and see where he goes. So now he's going around to the right. Looks great. Nifty Mode is not bad. Uh-oh. See, he pauses. In Nifty Mode, he pauses a lot more than he does in normal mode, I think. So Nifty Mode's great, but there are some differences. I don't know how much the differences are as far as him getting closer to obstacles, but because it looked to me like he was about the same distance. All right. Dwight, you about ready to call this a day? I am too. Come on, Dwight. Come on over here. Don't hit me. Ugh. Okay, let's get over here where we're supposed to be, and I'm going to get you to land in my hand in front of this GoPro. Jeez. A little bit scary there. Let me raise him up just a hair. Pull him forward. And I'm going to hit land. Is that the home button? I'm going to hit land and just have him land in my hand and see what he does. Very unsuitable. All right, well, I'm going to pull the stick down like I did before and see if he's going to land in my hand or not. Come on, Dwight. I know you can do it. You've done it before. Well, he didn't move that time. Don't you hate it when you're trying to duplicate something that happened before and it just doesn't work? All right, guys, I think that's going to call a wrap to this test. Let's get back over to the picnic table. We'll have a conclusion. All right, Rich UH. Well, I hope that answered your question about naughty mode versus well, hang on a second. You didn't have that question. That's something that I brought up. Anyway, as far as him landing in my hand, I didn't have him duplicate the problem that I had before. I'm not sure why. But I don't believe that there's really much of a difference between the normal mode and the Nifty Mode, other than the fact that when he's in Nifty Mode, he comes up to an object and kind of thinks about it a little bit more, and there's a pause. Whereas with the normal flight, it seems a little bit, to me, it seemed more smooth in the normal flight. I just thought of this. I think he's still in Nifty Mode. Let me go to the 3 dots here. He's still in Nifty Mode, so that could have had an impact on why he was able to land in my hand. So let me get this set back up again, and we'll do a land over there by the truck and see if he'll land in my hand, or see if he'll push himself backwards. Yeah, let's do this test right. All right, Dwight, don't be bashful. Come on over here. Oh, not that fast. Slow down, buddy. There you go. Let me lower you down so you're in the camera view. Okay, so I'm going to raise him up. See, he's already moving himself away from the truck. So this is the perfect example, or perfect location, to show whether he's going to do this or whether he's not going to do it. All right, is he in the GoPro view? All right, Dwight, so the audience can now see you. Let me go over here to normal mode. I'm just going to lower him straight down and see if he's going to, let me get lower than that. See if he'll push himself away from the truck. All right, buddy, come on. Can you do it? Come straight down. There you go. Are you going to do it? He did it. There was no difference yet again. So my little finding there that he was in Nifty Mode made no difference. All right, back to the picnic table. And with that, we can put this test to bed. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Richie Rich, I'm not sure if I answered your questions or not, but hopefully at least you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week. God bless. All right, here's more clickbait. You guys are gonna really like where we go next week.